Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariya. This channel is about spirituality. Please subscribe below so we can be YouTube friends. This is my video about the solar eclipse of September 21st, 2025. We're going to be talking about the energies of the day, why this eclipse is special, what you should be thinking about, what are some of the rituals, what are some of the practices for the day, and what is really in store for us energetically, individually, and collectively as humanity. I don't normally do videos about the eclipses. However, the energies of September have just been through the roof, and I know you guys are feeling it. So I wanted to give you a little bit more than I normally would in a given month. Just a little bit more TLC, a little bit more care and guidance. And that's it. That's what this video is all about. All the things you should expect from this up and coming solar eclipse. Before we get started, can I please share a piece of news with you? I'm literally jumping for joy. Check out this little cute guy. Okay, how do I show this to you? Like that. Okay, there you go. What is this? This is holy water. It's the back, it's the front. What is holy water? That is my first sacred oil. This is 100% natural. It is an oil to be used in devotional practices. This is an oil that you can use to help dive deeper into meditation. If you're trying to be or would like to be more spiritual, if you would like to be more in touch with spirit, holy water is for that. Now, my spirit guides came through about a year ago and told me I was meant to create this blend called holy water. It was a tall order, you guys, because holy water. The expectations, were pretty high. And I always say yes to my spirit guides. That's the one thing that's true about me. And so I embarked on this journey of creating this 100% natural ritual blend. I did it in collaboration with a natural perfumer in Tulum, Mexico, who I have met. And she's been in the art of perfumery for over 30 years. And she's just really inspired me by her craft and her attention to detail. Now, if you guys know me, you know I'm in a perfume business, but this is my first time working personally with the natural oils. So holy water is a blend that works with your third eye chakra and your throat specifically to help amplify your creativity, to help you really tune into your channel. I use it myself religiously, you guys. I cannot sit down to write. I do not sit down to record until I apply this oil on my wrists, on the inner sides of my wrists, and my throat. Sometimes my temples. If I'm in the writing zone, I also apply on my temples. Inside, you have a blend of blue lotus, white lily, and cedarwood. You guys, it's just like next level. It takes you back to Egyptian temples of the old where the white florals were mixed with water and everything was just so sacred. And if I can bring a little bit sacred back to you with this oil, it would be my dream come true. Check this out on thisismariya.com. There's another oil that I have selected to carry from the brand Awaken 369 by my beautiful friend Bettina O'Neill. She is a stunning creator. She has been in the perfume industry for decades. And this is one of her first creations as well. The oil is called Inner Child, and it's my absolute favorite. I always pair it with holy water. So if you're looking for a dynamic duo to amplify your meditation practice, those two oils would be it. Alrighty, my darlings. That's it. Let's dive into the energies. That's that. Solar eclipses are very major. When we're looking at a solar eclipse energetically, it is really the sun doing a quick reset, specifically as it relates to how the sun is guiding planet Earth, right? So the sun kind of checks in with itself, or herself rather, because it's a feminine spirit these days, to see what needs to be readjusted. Now, of course, you have probably seen my September energy update video. If you haven't, there is still time to check it out. September is one of the more charged months energetically because we are in this massive completion spiral. And when we are in a massive completion spiral like that, we don't get to take it easy. We don't get to relax. We have to show up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and go for it. We're just coming off of the 999 portal. The energies are really beautiful. A lot of you have released a lot. Now, we're still in the corridor, we're essentially in between two eclipses right now, between the lunar eclipse of September 7th and the solar eclipse of September 21st, which means that some heavy stuff may be coming up for you guys, and I'm sure you have noticed certain karmic patterns that you thought you have buried deep inside are all of a sudden springing back to life, and they're front and center in your area of vision. And it's like certain things cannot be bypassed. They want to be dealt with. That is what just happens usually in the eclipse corridor, the time between the two eclipses. Now, we started with very Piscean energies on September 7th, which means we had to go many, many layers deep. Because Pisces, the fishes, right, they go really deep into the ocean, and you can take things at surface level. We are reemerging on September 21st with the energies of Virgo. That is where the partial solar eclipse is. It's in Virgo. Virgo, for all of my astrology buffs, you know way better than I do that Virgo is all about organization. Virgo is the perfectionist of the zodiac. So what does this mean coupled with the energies of 9-9? It means that we are being treated to a portal of rerouting of energies. That is how I would like to dub September 21st. The portal of rerouting. What are we rerouting from what to what? Very often as human beings, we move on autopilot. If you actually watch your days or your weeks, they're very similar. The activities that you do are very similar. The people that you associate with are very, very similar vibrationally, energetically, and otherwise, because everything is a reflection of who you are internally. Now, the portal of the solar eclipse on September 21st is asking you to question everything and leave no stone unturned. Love the beautiful little birdie. You guys have probably noticed it was raining before. Now the sun is up and the birds are really happy. So you have a natural soundtrack I hope you appreciate. Anyway, so we are rerouting. We are rerouting energy from what used to serve us into what will serve us in the future. In other words, Virgo is coming on that day to set the record straight, to do some spring cleaning in the fall, and that is fine. It comes to be very intentional, actually, and it will ask you the hard questions. It will want you to face certain truths about where your energy has been going. Has that been serving you? Have you been putting your energy where your energy no longer belongs? Virgo is going to want you to re-examine your habits specifically. So September 21st really comes to heal us from old habits that no longer serve us, to bring in this intentional exercise of re-examining our lives and redrafting it, right? We get to redraft things. We no longer have to go through the motions of same old, same old, same old, but it does require energy to make shifts in life, right? It's way easier to maintain the status quo than it is to manage change. Energetically, managing change is very energy consuming. It's very hard. So Virgo and the sun are going to help us make it easy on ourselves to reroute from one place to another. I have recorded a free meditation for you guys because, again, September is so important and I really want to support you in this. A rerouting meditation, if you will. It is luckily available on both iOS devices and Android devices because the Android app has officially launched on September 10th. So anybody can download and meditate for free. That's that. Just wanted to put it out there. If you want me to guide you on the day off, you can go into the app, download it. It's completely free for you. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking to you and keep telling you what you need to do the day off. First, re-examine your habits. And I might have mentioned that practice in one of my videos. I think it may have been in the September update, but don't quote me on it. It is actually really good to take out a journal, divide it into two parts. On the left, you write down the habits that you want to drop. And on the right, you invite the habits that you want to introduce into your life. Certain things that you've never really gotten around to perhaps, but you really wanted to. You would notice that by you just doing an inventory of the things that you want to drop and the inventory of the things that you want to invite, your, call it subconscious, and your spirit guides and the universe is going to get a memo that it can actually help you through. Because it's almost like a map right? When you're mapping your internal being or when you're mapping your habits. And it's actually really, really helpful because the universe doesn't know what are some things that you would like to do less of. The universe is not going to play a guessing game. So the universe is not going to help you until or unless you help yourselves, right? So look at what are the habits that you would like to introduce and specifically think about the area of your life that you have been neglecting. We all have that. We all have that, whether that is health, whether that is spirituality, whether that is relationships, whether that is your career or money. You know that there has been an area that you have been neglecting. Now, because with this solar portal, we are setting up for the next 9 years, right? Because this eclipse happens during the 9/9 month and year portal, which is like a month-long portal. So the energies are amplified. So you're really prepping for what's to come in the next 9 years of your life. And habits, it's essentially your habits and your vibration that form your reality, right? So be intentional about it. Be intentional. And you would be surprised how much easier it is for you to make shifts after that date. It may be that certain habits were incredibly hard to break. You would notice that through the energy of this solar eclipse, all of a sudden things that used to be hard are becoming easy. And in fact, it's really hard to hold on to things that have overstayed their welcome. Here's a quick practice. It's like, I guess, a very short version of something you want to do. If you don't want to go and meditate with me full on, for free on the One Mother app, here's what you could do. In a meditative state, you could close your eyes. And you can imagine that there are two buckets in front of you. There is the black bucket on the left, and then there's the white bucket on the right. And then there is a little bit of a portal in between them. On the left is in your black bucket. You're going to have the energy, habits, words that you say, things that you do, attitudes that you have, just energy that is outlived, right? We no longer want it. On the right, you have this white space of opportunity represented by this white bucket. So what I would invite you to do is to essentially take all of the energy from the black bucket, take it through the golden portal in the middle, and then watch how your black energy from the bucket on the left turns golden and then white and then flows into the white bucket. So essentially you want to recycle your own energy. One important point of clarification here. What is this golden portal in the middle that does the recycling? You can imagine it two ways. You can either imagine it as a golden sphere of light that absorbs blackness on one side and gives off white light on the other. Or you can imagine it as an archway, a golden archway that takes in the darkness from the one side and gives off white light on the other. It is really important to keep going until all of your black energy is being absorbed or have been absorbed like that into the white bucket, right? So by the end of it, you should have an empty bucket that used to contain black energy and then a full bucket that is brimming, maybe overflowing on the right. And that is how you know you're done with the practice. This golden portal, by the way, in the middle is the sun. And the sun is extremely active during that day because it is going through its own recalibration, it's going through its own reset. And so it is actually hyper attentive to the requests from humanity, to the prayers, to everything, right? To the meditations, and is actively participating, is actively donating its energy for the recycling process. So you want to make sure you are benefiting from that recycling as much as you possibly can, right? And the energy of that golden portal or golden archway is extremely helpful on that day. What else? Think where in your life you could use a little bit more discipline, because that's another thing that Virgo is here to shift and change. The message that I'm getting from the guides is that in a particular area in your life, perhaps you have been a little bit lackadaisical. Perhaps you have not been proactive enough. Perhaps you haven't created as much change as you should have in the last 9 years. And as I'm saying this, the ones that are meant to receive this message, you know exactly what area of your life that is. Like, you know exactly where you have been a little bit procrastinating, not in the driver's seat, right? Where you've been riding shotgun a little bit and kind of just being driven, rather. You have a golden moment, you have a golden chance to flip the script for the next 9 years. If there is something that you would like solar assistance with, specifically during this portal, here's what you would like to do. After you do the whole recycling exercise, you imagine yourself sitting in this white light inside of the bucket, I know, sitting inside of the bucket. You can increase the bucket if it's too small. So you sit inside of the white tub. And so you're sitting in it. That is your own creative white energy, right? That you can use to make anything happen in your life. And then think about this one area that perhaps has been neglected by you, where you would like to funnel a little bit more energy into that area. Here's what you would like to imagine. You want to imagine the sun upstairs in the sky. And the sun is going to drop a golden key. And it's going to drop a golden key through your crown and into a part of your body. Just really watch where the sun is dropping that golden key, because it needs to unlock something. Most likely the key would fall into one of your chakras. So you receive it into a chakra, and then it just uncorks this golden stream, this golden flow. And then in front of you, you would see that this golden flow, like it wants to pour out of you and then into the future to kind of pour out of you and forward, right? So you can see it kind of leading the way. And that golden energy may want to do a little bit of a cleanup work energetically. It may want to go to a particular area of your life and clean some certain things up. It may clean up certain templates in your being. Essentially, what you want to see is that this golden energy is getting into the dark nooks and crannies and crevices and corners of your being and clearing it up with the gold, removing whatever residual dirt and grime and karma and everything that it needs to remove to unlock that new life force energy. And you really need that life force energy to make any kind of change. So essentially, the sun is here to help you move out of this place of feeling stuck in a particular area of your life, and it will donate its life force so you can borrow it. But that will only happen on the day of the portal, and then up to 2 days prior and up to 2 days after. Which is, by the way, if we're talking about meditations, and if you're going to go with me meditate on One Mother, you can do this particular portal up to 2 days prior and 2 days after. So it's a pretty short portal, shorter than the 999 portal, which was a 6-day portal. This one is a 4-day portal, like a 5-day portal, I guess, if you're counting the day in the middle. But it's much shorter than the 999 portal. And so you really have like a limited amount of time to take advantage of the energies. What else do I need to tell you as far as this? And what's interesting is what the sun is also focusing on, right? So like, yes, Virgo, yes, perfectionist. What else is the sun focusing in? What else does it need to clear for humanity? 2 chakras are being shown to me right now, the throat and the heart. There is some residual stuck energy that people have not necessarily cleaned up or cleared up from the throat and the heart. So take this portal as a massive release opportunity, right? Every single eclipse is a potent opportunity, doorway to help you release more things. What are you releasing from the throat? All of the broken promises, things that you told yourself you would do and then you never gotten around to. All of the broken promises to you from other people. Like when somebody lied to you or betrayed you, that wound is really, 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 really strong. For some reason, something needs to be cleared out about sibling relationships during this portal. The sun is working very hard to fix the karma between siblings. So if you have karma with one of your siblings, or you have a very strange relationship, parts work or shadow work is a really, really good exercise for that day specifically. If you don't know what parts work is, we're going to link a video down below in the comments so you guys can look at what I said about parts work. But siblings relationships is very important. Communication made in anger. So like when you are angry at someone. Also, they're showing me this overall tyrant energy. When somebody is a tyrant, it could be like in their house, at home, or at work. Like when somebody's using, yelling, like that kind of, almost like unclean communication to get their point across. That is what's being cleared collectively from humanity. In the hearts, there's a lot of heaviness, you guys. So much heaviness, just sadness and heaviness is being flushed out of your system by the sun during the eclipse portal. You may be asking yourself, well, why is all of this happening during the eclipse? Because this is a point of recalibration. This is also a point where on certain things, the sun is going to go very light, right? And like, in other words, in certain places, the sun is resting that day, recalibrating. In other places, it's massively donating energy. And that is why solar activity doesn't have to be evenly distributed to everything and the kitchen sink on that day. So the sun can be very deliberate about, like, I want to fix this, that, and the other thing, and I don't want to focus on anything else that day. Because of that, the healing can be very, very pointed. What does that mean? That means that you could expect some residual heaviness, potentially some pain in your heart or throat centers coming up to a week before the portal. If something physical is rising, like a sore throat for you, you know that is because you have certain things to release in your throat center. If something is rising, like heaviness in your chest, hard time breathing, heart palpitations, increased blood pressure, all of the things. That is how you know the sun is here to cleanse away all of the sadness. A particular kind of sadness that they're showing me, and by the way, it's not just from this lifetime, that's been cleared up through this portal, is losing a child or pain associated with a child. Whether that the child was sick or the child died or there was a falling out with a child. And that is making humanity's hearts so, so heavy. And this portal comes to completely release and rewrite that template. And they're showing me, it's almost like, you guys are familiar with the grids, right? Technically, there are the crystalline grids of planet Earth, and then there are two other kinds of grids. Like there are the grids that appear almost black, and then there are the grids that appear gold. Gold carry life force, so the energy of life. Black carry the energy of death. And death, of course, means endings, it's the closing of the cycle and everything, right? Could also be darkness, all of the things, like evil darkness. So these are kind of like the three types of crystalline grids. When the sun is working with the earth on portals like this one, what they're showing me is that it's going to go specifically into the black grids and create openings in this dark black grids of the planet to infiltrate those. And it's almost like they're showing me like this little crystalline pointers, almost like acupuncture needles that are puncturing this dark weft. And so the sun is pouring its beautiful golden life force codes and also crystalline codes, higher dimensional frequencies into this dark weft. Because of that, there's a little bit of a purge energetically that's happening at the collective level. And on the one hand, it's really amazing because not all of the darkness, but parts of the darkness are going to be rewritten and processed and recycled by the sun. On the other hand, individually, if we had part in whatever karma is being associated with the part of the sun is clearing up, you're going to feel it in your physical body. Some of you may even be nauseous. I have to warn you. Some of you may experience this as an inability to get good night's rest, right? Whatever that is, know that you're not crazy. The sun is really bright. I see you, sun, and I appreciate you seeing me. Thank you. I don't know if you can even see me right now. It is what it is. I'm sending you so much love, guys. You have no idea how much I love you, and it has been such an honor talking to you about this summer solar eclipse portal. Let me know in the comments if you've been feeling the feels, if you've been feeling the energies. If you want to tell me how you felt about the 999 portal, do let me know as well. I read all of your comments. Sending you a big virtual hug. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, loves!